Hey, this is B from Kongs R Us, and look what we have at CES 2025. So we're here in the iconic arcade suite hosted by Media1Up, and here are their two new prototype cabinets, Street Fighter Alpha 2 and Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior. So these were revealed earlier today on their website. Here you can see the professional videos they made to be able to showcase the new renders of both cabinets here. Not only are they available with all the different classic games, they are available for pre-order currently on vmiinnovations.com, and you can pre-order them for $6.99 US with free shipping, which is one of the best deals out there. Let's take a look at the design of the cab, starting with the marquee. This is evenly lit, and some say it might look a little washed out, but it looks okay to me compared to the Alpha. The side art of the Street Fighter World Warrior cab is a different take on the classic black with the poster style logo. You see the coin there, very much in the style of retro 530s from Laramie Griffith. And again, I personally like the side art, but there are those that like that more traditional black with just the poster look. Here's a first look at the control panel there with the buttons and sticks, so we'll talk about those in just a moment. We also have a 19-inch BOE screen here. This is just a prototype version, and 3-inch speakers on the top with that power switch. Here, these are HAP clone sticks that feel decent, but the micro switches aren't as precise. The buttons themselves are Sanwa style buttons that are convex, but definitely feel mushy. They are better than the 1-ups though. Let's look at that Street Fighter Alpha 2 marquee, and it is washed out for sure, needs some improvement. The side art is that side art of Ryu and Akuma that's very nostalgic to Street Fighter Alpha 2. It also has the coiner for Retro 530, and again, the side art for the original Alpha 2 didn't quite exist. This used to be Frankenstein Capcom cabs back in the day. So this control panel is the same layout as the other one as well, with the steel plate design, so not much has changed. Same 19-inch screen there. I'll talk a little bit about the recessed bezel as an opportunity for improvement. Same speaker layout there, and definitely that power button. I don't like it there in the speaker area as well. Lastly, those buttons and sticks. Again, they worked, they just weren't that great. They just had a little bit of a hard time pressing the micro switches, but I think they're gonna improve that once the real version comes out later. So let's show off some demo gameplay with me versus Bobby Boo, aka To Die For, playing Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting.
Round 2, fight! Round 3, fight!
Man, it's always fun playing against Bobby. I can't believe I actually got a perfect on him, but he kicked my butt the next couple of rounds because he's that good. Anyways, you can see some more gameplay of him playing. Again, the buttons, you could kind of adjust to the mushy buttons and the sticks whenever you play games like this. I was able to throw fireballs, had a couple of DPs going on. You can see Bobby playing really well here against this player, and it was fun to play. This was just running a Pi 4 version of Final Burn Neo with hyper fighting, so can't really tell if there's going to be any additional input lag. Let's go over some things they need to improve before the final production versions. This gap between the control panel and the bezel was the first thing they saw that they needed to fix. Next, the 19-inch monitor was a little bit recessed and it showed the wooden MDF in the back. I wouldn't have minded this if maybe the MDF was black. It did trap a lot of dust there, so if they decide to leave it recessed, make sure that's black. This headphone jack's a good idea, but the cord is going to get in the way of your left hand. It should be mounted in the front, symmetrical to the USB ports on the other side. Next up, the player 2 side has 8 buttons, 6 standard buttons, as well as a start and select. However, the player 1 side only has 7 buttons for a start, so they need that extra select button, a coin on the top left corner with a headphone jack would be perfect and symmetrical. Next, I really hate they put the power button here in the speaker area. It's red and lit up. It should be on the top of the control panel right in this back area where it's hidden away from view but still accessible by hand. This prototype had plexi to cover the control panel art, but they are going to do that laminate art to make it much more smoother. Next up, the marquee for Street Fighter Alpha 2 definitely is washed out and needs to be improved a lot in order for it to look nice during the production run. Actually, I don't think the Street Fighter 2 World War 1 is that bad. It probably can be improved slightly, but not as bad as the Street Fighter Alpha 2. The Alpha 2 artwork is definitely nice, but there are some visible horizontal lines that I couldn't tell if that was intentional or if that was part of the original art design, so it's something to take a look at. I wasn't overly impressed with the sound quality on this prototype. There is a control panel with a volume knob, which was nice to move it up and down, but we had to play with the sound as it uses the HDMI out to control the audio, so I'm hoping this is improved on the final production version. And finally, everyone always wants better sticks and buttons. The Hap clone feels good, it just needs to have a larger hole so it can hit the micro switches, and the buttons need to be closer to sound walls where it's a lower, short throw and less clicky to feel the press. So final thoughts on this prototype released from John D and Iconic Arcade. This is the XXL people have been wanting from Arcade1Up for a long time and they never delivered, and John was finally able to do it in 2 different forms. Yes, it's a Street Fighter 2, but we've never seen the alpha version. There's a great library of games, there's going to be online play, and there's a Raspberry Pi 5 which the community can do anything they want to with it. It comes out in June. I'm excited to see what they can do, but hopefully they can deliver on all these updates. If they do, they'll have a winner. See you guys next time. Bye.